Good morning, Tom Quaadman. Thank you, and welcome to the Valder Beebe Show live out of Dallas, Texas. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm fine. I'm so excited to have you, and I want my audience to know I'm speaking with Tom Quaadman. He's the Senior VP for Economic Policy at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. And he has a view, I think, that most of us don't have, so I was so excited when he agreed that he would be my guest. Tom, counterfeit goods are a problem all year long. Can you tell me about how big a problem this sale of counterfeit good is?
Yeah, Valder, they're a really big problem. So if you can make it, you can fake it. So anything can be a counterfeit. So particularly with this holiday season, we really need to think about electronics and toys, right? Because if they're counterfeit, they're also not safe. So children could be harmed. But it even goes so far. I mean, you can have things like counterfeit toilet paper, which sort of sounds funny, unless you own a septic system, and then it causes you a big problem. But also think of it this way too. Counterfeits cost every American $1,500 a year, and they also suck 300,000 jobs out of the U.S. economy as well. So they're a really big issue in terms of how it can endanger a family, but even how it's harmful to the country overall.
Okay, you can't get by with saying counterfeit toilet paper. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so like I said, anything could be a counterfeit, right? So I mean, there are things like counterfeit perfumes and medicines and the like too. They cause real health threats to people. So we've been working with law enforcement where we can help identify these issues, identify these problems, and sharing information and investigations and the like because of the harm that happens. We're working very closely with Customs and Border Protection because a lot of these things come in from overseas. So we try and stop them at the border and at the shipping terminals and at the airports before they get into the marketplace.
What are businesses and law enforcement doing since you guys know that's such a big problem with counterfeit? What are you guys doing about that? Or they
Yeah, so we
doing? I'm
work
sorry.
right. So we work together in terms of investigations where we share information and give them tips and and the like too. So part of it is to help, they will also educate the business community so we know what to be vigilant with. One thing people should understand too, counterfeits are not a victimless crime because the money that counterfeiters make here, they use in other criminal enterprises as well. But the other thing is, as we're entering the holiday shopping season, we're working, the U.S. Chamber and Customs Border Protection are working together to also educate consumers. So we have our Shop Smart campaign. So if you go on our website, uschamber.com/shop smart, we've got a few tips in there for what consumers can do in order to protect themselves and their families.
How do we spot these counterfeit goods? Because people are not knowingly buying a lot of them sometimes.
Right. No, so there are a few common sense tips if you go on our website that would help consumers do that. So one is trust your instincts, right? Because if a deal is too good to be true, it is. Secondly, pay attention to details because if you see shoddy packaging, you see some mistakes in terms of spelling or whatever, that's a red flag. The other thing in this cyber age, consumers need to make sure that they're protecting their own data. And particularly if they're paying for something online, you want to make sure you're using a secure payment. So if you take a look at the website, if you're trying to pay for something, make sure that the HTTPS that you see on the website, that the S is there because the S stands for secure payments.
How do we report these fake products when we do encounter them?
Yeah, and look, and this happens to everybody, right? So there shouldn't be any shame with it whatsoever. There are two things that you should do. One is you should contact your local police department and your consumer affairs department. Give them that information. As I said before, there are a lot of criminal enterprises that are doing this to get money for other purposes as well. So you could be giving the police a very important tip for an investigation. Secondly, if you can also go on the IPR website. So this is iprcenter.gov. They're one of our federal law enforcement partners that we work with to try and stop goods from coming into the country. There's a little report icon there. Just click on that, put the information in there, because that then gives important information that IPR, CBP use, that are part of the joint efforts that they're working with the business community as well to go after the bad guys.
All right, woman. I didn't know we brought you a Shop Smart segment so that as the holidays roll in, you can be a smarter consumer. Tom, I want to thank you so very much for what you do and how you do, because you're trying to protect us as consumers, and we really appreciate that as American consumers.
Thanks a lot, Valder, and everybody should just remember to shop smart.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of The Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.